Okay, so Alphen is your main playmaker. This is your main way of gaining advantage. You really don't use its level changing skill. Your main thing is just tribute it and try to get whatever colors you want at the same time on the field and in the grave. It's your main way of doing everything in the deck. Probably the most important layer because of its on-play effect. Shuffling is also actually really good whenever you start to get low on things. Definitely want to hit this as much as possible as you're into normal summon or special summon. Probably one of the strangest ones. It's weak in some situations. Its normal summon effect's really good. Its normal special summon effect, but its graveyard effect's pretty weak. I rarely ever actually go into it. A pretty versatile card. Do a lot with this, both on field and in grave, and it can throw summon itself out. So it's it's used in Infernobles. It's really good. This card's really good, mainly just for its graveyard effect, because you get Alphen, your main playmaker. Otherwise, it's really just there to get Luster Rex out, since it's probably one of the best mech beasts. Then I run the Jackalope, because level 3, one of Sochoko, just really good for discard fodder for the field spell. And then Chupacabra and Mothman for the level 4s for discard fodder again. And then Dogman and Essie as level 7s for discard fodder. And then that main field spell is Magna Carrier. You get this out with either Blue Layer or Terraforming. It's the sole reason you can do anything. Yeah, you need discard cards, and since Dangers like it, it works really well. Yeah, one Terraforming to go with it. This card really isn't good. We run it because it's there. It's a battle spell. The main issue with this is that it has to be destroyed in battle. If it was by card effect, this would actually be really good. So run it. It doesn't really matter. I mainly side it out. Pot of Desires, 2 of, really good draw. You don't need more than 2 because otherwise you'll deck yourself out way too quickly. But very good because you go into top deck mode very quickly. First Teleport, this will be knocked up to 2 with the new ban list. Very good to get out Blue Layer because Blue Layer is Psychic. It's very good because Blue Layer is your main way of getting a field spell. 1 for 1, your way of getting Alphen, so level 1. Reasoning, because you allow different levels, and if they go to the graveyard with their Excavation, it's actually good because they all have on-engrave effects. Foolish, you can send, especially a white layer, so you can grab Alphen, so you can make your plays really good. 1 called by, because I hate hand traps. Magnus Slayer, because it's funny, you can make your big Megazord very large and powerful. Breakthrough skill, it stops things from happening, stops monsters. It's good. Strike, because it's Strike. It does everything, except for when it doesn't. Extra deck, Gram Pulse, Pop Spell and Trap, really good. Put in defense position, it's pretty beefy. Ouroboros, good way of knocking things down so they can't swing at you that turn. It's pretty good. Liger, pretty beefy attack. Pops a monster. It targets, but it's still pretty good. Luster Rex, really good. Negates the monster effect on field. It's the biggest one of the mech beasts. Really solid, but it's harder to get into because you don't really get into white layer as much. And then the main way of winning is your big Magnus. Really good. Usually you get at least 4+ with him, so you at least get him to be unaffected by card effects, and then you can non-targeting shuffle back. Really strong and really big card. And he has the on destruction, he brings everybody back, so that's really good. Yeah, this guy's here. I rarely ever go into him. I go into him only if nothing else works. He came by a card effect, which is good, and the deck doesn't do enough for you to go into this and Xyz summon immediately, but it does something, at least. Yeah, Nightmare Phoenix, so that's Nightmare Phoenix, Chop Spell Trap, always good. Unicorn, because it bounces a card really good. And then all else fails, especially with after Magus is dead, Megaclops to finish it off.